Hello, my chariots. Welcome back to my channel for another pick a card reading that I have for you today. And today's reading is going to be, how is your person doing? What is going on with them, their thoughts, their feelings. We will just get into it. We will do a deep dive. I'll do an in-depth Celtic reading and we'll see what we can uncover. All right. But before we do get started, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to all of you that sent your love, your support, your condolences. I'm very grateful for that. Your words of encouragement helped me along the way. So I just wanted to say thank you. Losing a loved one is hard, and I do feel that when you lose a parent, especially mothers, daughters, my mom, it was harder than I expected. I felt that thought that I mentally prepared for what was to occur, and yet when that time was actually here, uh, it's still, I don't think you ever can be ready. And for me, I'm at peace knowing that my mom has transitioned. I do believe that her soul lives on and that she's embarking on a new journey, which brings me, harmony at this point. And yet the having to go through and physically endure and watch that transition is just something else. It's just something that I don't think you can ever prepare for. So I'm still grieving, but I'm doing better. I'm here and I'm ready to just move forward. So that's where I am today. And thank you again for helping me to get to this point. All right, so let's take a look at the piles that we have. Now today you're looking at the cards from the Halloween Oracle. All right, Halloween is around the corner. We have fall. This is one of my favorite times of the year, and it will continue to be despite everything that happened. But I love the fall, and I do love this time. So I pulled my Halloween cards, and that's what you're looking at today. Pile 1, you have the card The Lamp. And pile 2, you have the Cauldron. And pile 3, you have the Graveyard. So my chariot, those are the piles that you're looking at. You know what you need to do in order to pick your pile. If you feel that you're drawn to more than one, that's fine. That means that there could be messages in the other piles that you may need to hear. And then once you pick your pile and once you hear the reading, if you are not connecting with my energy, if what I'm saying is not making sense, please don't try to take your story and fit it into a reading. Just take a deep breath and realize that that reading is not meant for you. These readings are general readings. They are for the collective. And either you aren't going to resonate with them, or bits and pieces may resonate with you, and everything may not. And there could just be a reading that solely resonates with you. So you have to be okay with that, and be willing to accept what is. You can just take a deep breath, kindly back out of the reading. You can check out the other videos that I've uploaded, or you can go check out the other amazing readers that are out there. We have so many in this beautiful community. Spirit's always looking to connect with you, and surely one of those will resonate. All right, so pick your pile and I will see you there. Hello, pile 1. All right, you chose here the card called The Lamp. This is going to be your reading today. The reading being, how is your person doing? What is going on with them? Their thoughts, their feelings. We'll take a look and uncover what we can. But before we get started, let's just take that moment to go within, all right, so that we can connect with one another. So pile 1, if you can take in a deep breath at this time. And I just want you to quiet your mind. go within. I'm looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can give you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust my intuition always. All right. So as we look at this card from the Halloween Oracle, it's called the Lamp, and the keyword under it is remembrance. Um, and I just want to read because this guidebook also has little sort of like a mini poem for each of the cards, and I wanted to read to you before we get started, and just a little bit about what the guidebook has to say in reference to the card that you chose. Um, so this card, the lamp, the little poem is, I light a single candle within a lamp for you, a single flame in the darkness that reflects my heart so true. And, this card is obviously hitting home to me at this moment. I shuffled these cards thoroughly, drew them, and this was the first one out. And what it's talking about here in the book is about how, the traditional jack-o'-lantern was used to scare away spirits. That's an older tradition. Um, but to light a candle or a lamp on Halloween night and leave it at the window as a loving guide home for those who have passed. So I feel like my energy is already kind of pulled in and connected to this reading because of what I just went through. And what it's saying is it's a symbol, it's kind of leaving the lights on for someone to come home. All right. And it does go in and talk about remembering the positive things uh, by those who have passed, by celebrating their life rather than mourning their death. Um, so it even goes on here. I just wanted to point out for for some of you that did not have an easy relationship, or even those we did not like, those relationships still leave us with valuable lessons in some way. Okay. So, with that being said, when we look at the lantern here, for me, just from traditional tarot, that's a strong symbol of following that light, and following intuition. So, this very well could be your person trying to follow their own light. Trying to connect with their own light within them. Perhaps they've stumbled upon darkness in some way, and they're trying to make their way back home, and maybe you've been part of that journey. All right, so let's just put this off to the side here for now while I set up the cards. As I said, we will do an in-depth Celtic spread and see what it is that spirit wants us to know today in regards to the person that you have on your mind. Now, for a small, you know, there may be a few of you or a single person even out there that is connecting with this reading at this time that is reflecting on someone that has transitioned, okay, into their next life, and that you are just thinking about how that person is doing, their soul, and how they are living and carrying on. Um, since, you know, the guidebook actually expressed that that's the purpose of what a lantern represented when it was in the window. Okay. So we have the Ace of Wands here, and we have the Three of Wands. We have the Queen of Swords. I want to make sure I get all the cards. The Two of Swords. Wow, the King of Swords. Isn't that interesting? So we have a power couple here. Um, and it's sandwiched in between is that Ace of Wands. And then we have Temperance. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Swords. And the Hanged Man. And then I'm going to get one from, where did I put? Oh, here. Let's do, this is Witch's Wisdom, right? Oh, and I forgot the cross card. How can I forget? See, how can I forget? I'm going to pull one from Witch's Wisdom and then one from Kipper, and we'll get started. Cloak, concealment. Interesting. And then let's get Kipper here, and I will get the cross card. Don't worry. Bad health. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. And then here's cross card. Let's take this one. Oh my goodness. Look at that. The Empress. The Empress. So what I'm feeling, my chariots, the original, uh, or I should say the first energies that are tugging at me is that, you know, your person is struggling on their journey at this time. Um, and I do feel that's why the lamp is here. You know, even though it could have other meanings, I do feel that your person, whoever I'm connecting with, sort of has this long road that is ahead of them, you know? There's this feeling of struggle that comes through, okay? When we're talking about your person. I mean, and that's just the energy I'm getting from this card here. This is the cloak. This is called concealment. We have the card here of bad health. And then I'm looking just up the line at temperance with the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. You know, there's a lot of pain, and I feel that this person, your person that I'm connecting with, pile one, um, has been in a crossroads for a really long time. You know, I feel like they've been in this fork in the road, and they haven't made the best decisions, I feel, when it comes to their personal life. All right. And I do feel that's why when I look at this card over here of the cloak, you know, when we're talking about concealment here, you know, I feel like this is someone that sort of is in hiding, or they hide their true self. Um, they could be masking their pain. This could be someone that's ill or sick, and they're also masking that or not letting others know. I feel that this is someone that carries a lot of pain and then dives into their work in order to kind of forget about whatever it is that's sort of taking up. There's a lot of thoughts that go on in this person's mind. I mean, we're starting out here with this Ace of Wands, which I feel is here because this person craves something new, something inspiring. There's fire, there's creativity, there's a rawness here. There's a passion that I feel that this person is looking for that is lost right now within them. And, that could be because of some of the decisions that they have made. When I look at their hidden energies with the Two of Swords here, that's all about indecision, and we have the Two of Swords followed by the Three of Swords, which because of making uh, decisions. And I look at that as because when you reach this crossroad, when you reach this indecision and you cannot, take this blindfold off. And it's almost like, someone that has their head buried in the sand. Well, that kind of is a decision because you're choosing not to make changes. You're choosing not to take action, and I feel like with your person, they have chosen a direction when it comes to their life, not to take action. And I do feel that that's why you are here. Okay, you are coming through as the Empress, and you are on. This card is on its side, coming through as the cross card, and the cross card for me is, what is hindering or what is the obstacle. So it could be very well that this person that you're thinking about, because of the situation, because of the decisions that they have made, and the way that they've progressed, you may have had to step into your Empress power and back away from this person. Okay, however that may be, whether you had to pull your energy back, whether you were in a relationship with this person, whether you were married and you had to separate. I feel like this is someone here, this divine feminine, she had to take control. All right, she had to take control, and I do feel it is because when you look at the Queen and the King of Swords here, so we're surrounded by sword energy, where I'm feeling very much, that sword energy representing air, which represents the mind, okay, and it represents words, and it represents thoughts, communication, logic, being rational. I do feel that this is someone that's in their head a lot. All right. Um, they're in their head, and I feel that they've gone through and they've tried to make logical decisions, especially when it comes to you. All right, without trying to get their heart involved, because I feel like there's a lack of emotion that I'm feeling here, and yet there's pain that this person carries with them, pile one, that they're hoping for someday to be able to release. They're hoping that in the future, some things will get better. I do feel that your person still thinks about you, all right, even if it's from a distance with this Three of Wands here, and we have the Hanged Man. I do feel that they watch over you. They either, check you out however they can, whether that's through mutual acquaintances, whether that's through friends and family, or whether it's some sort of social media or online activity. But what I'm feeling here is a sense of, your person just feeling troubled. And because of their decisions haven't been the best, they could be in a state right now, with this number 31 card here representing bad health. And when you take a look at 31, that reduces to 4, and that's the Emperor. So we have the Emperor and the Empress here, but this Emperor, I feel, is in bad health because he hasn't taken care of himself. and maybe some of these poor decisions have been because of others that surround him, you know. Maybe he has responsibilities or things, family, things that he needs to provide for. And because of that, he's let himself go in some way. And yet, if you look at this picture here, I don't know if it'll come into focus, but look at the lanterns, the lights that hang over this person. So again, it's like these lanterns are trying to shine bright for this person. And yet, with this Two of Swords and the mask on here, the blindfold, I should say, and this cloak, everything still seems very concealed, very hidden. This may be someone that has secrets, and maybe that's why you didn't want to, you had to step into your power, because we do here have from the past this queen of swords. Now this is Libra energy. But whenever she steps into my readings, as you've heard me say before, she's looking for some heart to heart. She's looking for a heart to heart talk. And I feel like this is coming from past energy. So whatever happened between you and the person that you're thinking about, maybe you didn't have these conversations. Maybe your person didn't give you these conversations that you were looking to have. All right. You were looking for some honesty, for some truth. And there's this feeling here that perhaps that is not what you received. All right. And then as we move into the future energy, this King of Swords is here. And this is Aquarius energy. But, this card for me represents, hey, I have to make decisions that are logical. I can't allow my heart, okay? I can't allow my heart to feel into the situation at this point. It's not right, It's not right. And because of that, because of that, as you can see, there's no cup cards here presently in this reading. I feel like we're dealing with someone whose emotions are suppressed. Okay, again, I keep coming back to this card, concealed in some way. This is someone that's holding things back, holding things in, and yet what I can feel is it's not doing them any good. All right, they're not progressing in a positive way, and yet spirit, I feel, is here. Look, with this lamp, this lantern in this window saying, hey, over here, come home to, you're a little lost right now. You're a little lost. So when it comes to this person pile one, Temperance is here showing me that if this is someone that you're thinking about or hoping to be involved with, or you are involved, this requires patience. All right. Because we're looking for that alchemy. Your person is in search of that perfect mix. And even though you may have felt that with your person, their personal journey seems quite disruptive, is what I'm picking up on. So, when Temperance shows up, that's showing me that, look, spirit's here and spirit's looking out for you, but you need to understand and know that this person, the problems, the issues that they may have to face, okay, isn't going to be healed overnight. Things aren't going to miraculously happen overnight in the next week. I feel like when I see Temperance, like this is, a slow burn. This is someone that may just take this lifetime to snap out of this. And you may feel offended by me saying that, but not everyone just with the snap of a finger awakens, realizes what's important and makes the changes that they need to. In fact, most people in the world, I feel that we're dealing with, this is their journey. So I feel like this is where this person stands. All right. So let me get some more cards in regards to you and this person. Let's get some messages from your person so that we can see how it is that they're feeling about you at this time. I'm going to pull from, this is Hidden Truth, because I feel again with that cloak, things are hidden. So let's see what comes out in how your person is feeling about you. and what it is they have, what thoughts they have of you. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I couldn't let you get close to me. And that's the energy I felt from the king here, the King of Swords coming in, sort of shutting things down when they realized their emotions and their feelings that they had for you. I can't stop thinking about you, right? And yet, the swords energy shows me that this is someone that's very much in their head, all right? The Three of Wands show me that there could be some sort of distance between the two of you, all right? Some sort of long distance, possibly, so that because of that, they think of you often. I remember every detail of that day. Now, this could also mean, we go back to the past energy of the Queen of Swords. Sometimes that card can have an energy of conflict because I feel like this queen is often misrepresented. You'll hear her being described as cruel and cold. It could represent that energy of a, conflict, words being exchanged between the two of you that you may regret. So there may have been some sort of confrontation that occurred between the two of you. Let me get one more. I know that I crossed the line with you. So again, I do feel that the decisions that this person has made, are not the best ones. And look at this on the bottom of the deck. I love you. So, what I'm feeling and what I've sensed from this whole reading is that, your person loves you, but it's buried. It's buried between all this that I feel like I went through, in the reading. All right. On the bottom of this deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. That is a card that talks about teamwork. It talks about collaboration. It talks about working together. You two may have been associated through work. All right. Or there may have been thoughts of how the two of you were a team, could have been a team. Um, and that is something that still plays on this person's mind. All right, so I'm going to close out with a card from Moonology. So let's see what kind of advice we have at this time in regards to this connection. That's The answers you need are coming. This is full moon in Gemini. Here you see the Gemini. It's kind of representing that twin energy. I feel like pile one, if you still have any questions in regards to this person, Spirit wants you to know that you are going to get your answers. All right. And then look on the bottom of the deck. Is it time for healing? The balsamic moon. All right. So this may be a time where you are healing as well from what you've experienced in regards to the connection with the person that you're thinking about. All right. So pile one, I'm going to leave the reading here. I do hope it resonated with you. I wanted to let you know that I will be opening my Etsy shop again very soon. So I will be open for private readings if you're looking for something more personal. And then other than that, I'll see you at the next reading. Okay? Bye. Hello, pile two. All right, you chose the cauldron here, and this is from the Halloween Oracle that we're using today for today's reading, being how is your person doing? What's going on with them? We'll take a look at their thoughts, their feelings, and see what we can uncover. But before we do that, let's take that moment to go within and focus within ourselves. So pile two, if you can take in a deep breath for me at this time. And I just want you to go within, quiet your mind. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust my intuition always. So, the first thing that I think of when I see this picture, the cauldron, I think of um, what came to mind was a mixed bag, like a mixed bag, meaning, if you put many different things into this cauldron and you mix it up, you can make whatever it is that you need, whether it's soup, whether it's stew, whether it's potions. And when it reflects on your person, the key word under here is synergy and healing. I do feel like your person is someone that is coming to terms with how they are a mixed bag, a mixed element of things, and instead of just focusing maybe in one specific way or sort of being rigid with themselves when it comes to beliefs and traditions from the past, they're learning that they're more than that. And they're realizing that, which can be, very complicated. It can be hard to accept, and I do believe that there's some healing going on here for the better, though, for the good. All right. But I did want to read from the book, just because there's this like little poem that each card has. And then just to give you some background, the way the guidebooks sees it, where all things come together under pressure, flowful synergy, a new thing is created, a crucible of infinity. And what it is the guidebook goes on to talk about how you used to see that depiction of a witch standing over her boiling cauldron with the bubbling and the mysterious contents, um, and seeing those crackles and the raw flames that are coming from this big pot that sits on the fire, and then also going back and just, discussing from ancient and medieval times, everything, the cauldron was used to make everything, from nightly meals to medicines for families. So this is a family crucible, this tool is something that's very important to families back in those days. So they're basically letting you know that if you chose the cauldron card, if this card shows up for you, it indicates the importance of you also being able to combine a variety of techniques or elements for yourself. So, it's that warning, it's the card that talks about don't put your eggs all in one basket. And this could be a warning for you in the fact of the person that you're thinking about. This could be spirit's way of warning you, like, not to put all your eggs in this particular basket. We'll see more when the cards come out. They're trying to give the advice here that, you can find your own ways to create something new and not be so rigid and not just expect, your journey to go in one direction without making any changes. And that could be mirrored within your person. Your person may be figuring that out about themselves as well. All right. So I'm going to put that card off to the side here, and now we'll get in with the tarot. We'll take a look. Okay, we'll do an in-depth Celtic spread and see what else we can figure out what's going on here with your person, how they're thinking, acting, um, how they're feeling in regards to you. Okay. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Tower, the King of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, Strength, the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. All right, so I'm going to get one from Kipper. House. And then I'm going to get one here from A Witch's Wisdom. Moon and cycles. That lovely moon energy. So pile two, what I'm feeling is this person has basically gone off on their own journey, and that is their journey into finding that emotional contentment, that emotional completion, emotional happiness that I feel that this person has not had. All right. I do feel that there was a tower moment that occurred between the two of you. All right. And I do feel that right now, with the Five of Pentacles coming out as the cross card, you know, there's this feeling from, and I'm almost getting this as a mirroring type feeling of abandonment. Okay. So whether your person has had abandonment issues as a child when they were younger, it could be reflecting being pulled into the situation between you and this person where now there's this feeling that you have abandoned them, okay, in some way. But I do feel like a strong sense that you may be feeling that as well. So it could be something as mirroring, where you both feel this sense of rejection and abandonment. I feel that that's strongly coming through here. I feel that you sort of left it, pile two, as sort of like the ball is in your person's court. This past energy that I'm seeing here with this King of Wands. And what I'm sensing is that, Your person, I feel like they do realize like they need to acknowledge something, whether that's an apology towards you. The Page of Pentacles, I always call this little guy a mini magician, because he's holding on to this coin and he's trying to present it. And if you look, like we have the Page of Pentacles, the future energy is showing me the Three of Pentacles, like almost like, in order to collaborate, in order to have teamwork here, your person needs to do some leveling up, which I feel that they haven't done. So even though that there's this sense of abandonment, and missing each other, uh, your person realizes to some degree that they know that that sits with them in order to be able to pick things up or move things into the next direction, the next step. It needs to come from your person. There's a sense here where they need to level up. I do feel that behind closed doors, your person is mentally exhausted from whatever it is that they've been dealing with here. All right. The moon is here showing me the cycles, the different phases, and the secrets, of what may be going on with them. I also do feel that this person is involved with, like they have a family at this point, okay? Because we have this card number 20 here, talking about the house. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles for me, which represents some sort of longevity or a long-term commitment that they are already committed to. There's family here. There's a house. Like when I see this house, like this is showing me that there's responsibilities. Things need to be cared for. And I feel that your person is involved in that, which drains them, I have to say, sort of like, drains energy from them, which leaves them in this space of, knowing that they need to be strong. So I do feel for a majority that your person sort of moved on from their involvement with you, pile two. And again, because this is in the hopes of them trying to be able to reach this emotional fulfillment. I mean, I do feel that with the Nine of Cups here, they felt that emotion, that wish fulfillment with you, and yet there was something here with this tower, I feel, that sort of exploded, you know? I don't know if something was blown out of proportion, but I feel like your person, um, not put their foot, well, it's almost this feeling like they put their foot down, but they decided, like, the energy that I'm feeling is like, well, this isn't helping me right now, whatever happened here, whatever's representing this tower moment between the two of you, your person realizes like that's not helping them to get to what, the direction that they want to go in. So I feel like they walked away. I feel that it is possible with the two of you that you go in cycles, all right, because we do have this moon card here. Um, and it's like that cycle of this could be a hot and cold type of a relationship where your person returns and then they leave. I do feel, as I mentioned with the house and the Ten of Pentacles, and I'm looking here at these Three of Witches, that it's possible this could be a third party situation. We also have the Three of Pentacles in this future energy, and whatever that third party represents is, I feel that whatever that third party represents can interfere with your person really trying to get to the heart of who they are and what they're made of. When we're talking about this card of synergy and healing. And because of that, we have the strength card here, Leo, where I feel like they, in the public, they're basically putting on this brave face. um, to show that they're, strong, to show that perhaps they're happy, um, or more positive, optimistic, and yet behind closed doors, what I'm feeling is this sense of loneliness. I feel like this is someone who feels very alone, like they're on this journey, but they feel very alone while they're exploring the different avenues that they need to. And with this number 20 here, reduces to two. Twos are all about duality. And because of that, I do feel that there was like that choice, like that your person, was in that position where they could choose between you and whatever situation that they were involved in. All right. That duality that exists. So let's see how your person is feeling about you, what thoughts are on their mind. I'm going to use, this is the hidden truth. This is version 2, the divine masculine and divine feminine edition, and see what comes out as far as what they're thinking, what messages they have for you at this time. I watch your social media. I compare others to you. I am waiting patiently. You let me down. Yeah, again, there's a strong energy coming through of that rejection, abandonment, like it's um, it's as if the both of you feel that you let each other down in some way. I miss hearing your voice. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we don't share the same values. And that could be the struggle too. Your values may be very different. And that's what, this cauldron is representing. Your values are different, their values are different. And then the two of you come together, you collide, and look, you know, boom. And now there's a question of who you are as a person, and you're trying to put those pieces back together, but it may be that realization of, hey, I can be this person and I don't have to be as rigid, as what I used to be. It's about letting go a little bit, compromising a little bit. Let's take a look. I'm gonna close out here with Moonology Oracle and see what advice is for you. Now, before I do that, let's look at the bottom of the deck just to see what else is. See, Ten of Cups is here. There's a struggle here. Like your person wants happiness, a happy family, and I do feel that there's some sort of longevity, some sort of commitment that they're already involved in that I don't know, is competing? Is competing the right word? What I'm doing here? What's going on here? Um, uh, but I feel like your person is in pursuit, or that is their dream, to have this emotional, happily ever after feeling within them that I don't feel, they definitely don't have with them at this moment in time. All right, so then let's see from Moonology here. Wow, nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, Moon. I know everyone hates when I um, draw that card. Confidence is your key to success. This is new moon in Leo. Um, And let me just grab a card here from my other deck. All right. Page of Swords. You know, to me, that represents the spy, the thirst for knowledge, watching over you. Again, I'm feeling that the message as nothing will come of the situation. If you're expecting this person to reach out to you at this time, not feeling that, not going to happen. All right. So that's where I feel this energy of nothing will come of this situation. Your person, you know, they're still struggling. They're still trying to find balance within themselves. All right. And they're working through that. So that's where this reading is, pile two. I'm going to leave it here. I did want to let you know that I should be opening my Etsy shop soon if you're interested in a private reading, if you want something more personal. Otherwise, I will see you again at the next reading. Okay? Bye. Hello, pile three. All right, you were drawn to this card here of the graveyard from the Halloween Oracle, and this is going to be your reading, which is, you know, what is going on with your person? How are they doing? What are they thinking about? What are their feelings at this time in regards to them and perhaps you and this connection? We will do an in-depth Celtic reading and uncover what we can uncover. All right. But before we do that, let's just take that moment to go within and clear our minds. So, pile three, if you can take in a deep breath and just be still for a moment. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can give you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust my intuition always. So what I'm feeling from this card, you know, of course it's graveyard RIP. It's and the card is the caption's deemed unnecessary fear. So I do feel like there's a fear within your person that they're carrying right now. Um, Either a fear that this relationship, this connection between the both of you is over, or um, and I feel that's because when you see here the moon that's behind the gravestone, you know, full moon, emotions are running high. So I feel like your person is emotional right now, or it could be that you're both picking up on each other's emotions for whatever reason that may be, but your emotions are high at this point. Your person can feel you, or you can feel your person. And part of that is this fear that the connection between the two of you, the relationship perhaps that you had, is now lost or done. Um, but I wanted to just read from the book because these cards have a little poem, as I was saying. So let's take a look. But this one is the stones they mark the eternal resting place, yet the spirits they are walking, and they are ready for the chase. Now, what the guidebook goes on to talk about is that for years, graveyards have been depicted as scary and frightful places. And obviously, there's those stories of haunted graveyards and walking through them and walking through cemeteries late at night, you know, in order to get that thrill, that spook. Um, Most times, right? Most times, cemeteries are well taken care of. You know, they're They're highly manicured. They're very well set out. They're beautiful places that are peaceful. And I can tell you that just from my recent experience, it's not a scary place. It's a peaceful place, and people often come to visit their loved ones. And they even go on in this book to talk about Mexican Day, Day of the Dead, where whole families literally picnic on graves. Their children play games. Like it's this sense of celebration. All right. So basically, this card represents that unnecessary fear that is captioned here, that things are not as they seem, okay, and that any obstacles that you feel are in the way can be overcome, okay, and that the anxieties that you're carrying, even though those feelings feel real to you, and they can haunt you long term, Spirit's saying, hey, trust that the correct steps are ahead and will be acted upon. So, to me, this is Spirit's way of saying to you, pile three, like if you are carrying any fears, any anxieties in regards to the status of this connection between you and your person, let that go. All right, because things are not as they seem. If there's something that you think is going on with them, I feel like with the moon here, the illusions, the secrets, like you don't know the full story. All right, and your person may be feeling the same way about you. Okay. Um, they can be carrying this fear within themselves because of something they think that they feel or see or have heard, and they don't have the full story about you either. All right. So I'm going to put that card off to the side. Let's dive into tarot. We'll do that Celtic spread and see what else we can uncover. I feel like there's a scratch in my table and it's bothering me. I don't want to make it worse. Okay. The moon. Here's the moon right there. The Queen of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. The Sun. Wow, the moon and the sun. Look at that. The Seven of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. The Three of Pentacles. the Ace of Wands. Okay, and then I'm going to get one here from Kipper. Expectation. And then one from, oh shoot, I'm sorry, hold on. I dropped a bottle here with my essential oil. I didn't want it to spill. I'm going to get one from Wisdom. Which is Wisdom, this deck? Invocation ritual. Interesting. All right. So there's a strong message, pile 3, that's coming out for this group immediately. This moon, this moon that's here, and the moon that I talked about in the graveyard. There's a strong message coming through here that things are not as they seem. Okay, when it comes to your person and how they feel for you, despite the circumstances. All right. And I know that's hard to believe at times when you want to move towards that actions speak louder than words. And I feel like this is a person that has not taken action with you at this time. And yet there's a strong energy coming through here from Spirit saying, regardless, things are not the way you see them. I do feel that your person has very strong emotions for you still with this beautiful Queen of Cups card here. This is Cancer energy. And what I'm really pulling from it is the lid on this Queen's Cup and how permanent that feels. So there is, an emotion that your person carries for you here, pile 3, that is permanent, they know that within their heart. Despite the situation, despite the illusions, the way your anxieties and your emotions are reading the situation, Spirit's saying no. And what's happening here is I feel that it's your expectations actually of them that are disappointing yourself. So, Spirit's here to remind you it's what you were expecting them to do, or perhaps act towards you, say towards you, whatever that behavior is that didn't happen. It's those expectations. And there's sort of a sadness here too, because I feel that they know as well that you expected better of them and that they did not deliver that. And there is that burden that they carry within them because of that. I do feel with the 8 of Pentacles here that this is someone, your person, that invested their heart and their emotions towards you. I don't feel that that was a lie. I don't feel that that was manipulative in any way. I feel that this person was very genuine in the feelings that they have for you. I just feel that the circumstances that surrounded the two of you, and that's why I feel like this 3 of Pentacles is here on its side as the obstacle, is showing me that whatever the situation is that occurs around you, that's centered around you, and that's centered around your person. It's those unfortunate circumstances that prevent your person from being able to freely act the way that they wish that they could. All right. I think you need to know that your person isn't in the best place right now when it comes to their environment, their emotions. I do feel that this is someone that's still struggling. All right. Um, and I look at this card here of ritual invocation, but I almost get this feeling like the energy that's coming through is like a manifestation. Like your person is trying to manifest a new life for themselves, because I feel where they are right now, as you can see with this Four of Cups, um, you know, they're just very complacent at this point. They're just not happy. They're not thrilled, you know. And yet there's all these questions that I feel like they answer within themselves, you know, like how did I get here? Or why did I take these steps? How did I allow this to happen? How come I didn't, you know, maybe take steps or make changes to make things better? Um, it's almost that energy that I'm feeling of could have, should have, would have, you know, like they're in that stale state that they're not jumping up and realizing, okay, here's where I am now. This is the action that I will take to change things. Ooh, my one candle just burned. My left candle here just went out. But again, they're just feeling very subdued at this point when it comes to their environments, and yet, and yet, there's a strong energy coming from them that they do feel that there is some sort of fate and destiny that's connected to you, to the connection that the two of you had, the relationship that the two of you carried. Um, and there's still some sort of hope for the future. You know, with this Wheel of Fortune and the Sun card in the future energy, they're still hoping for something positive to come out of um, the situation that occurred between the two of you. Like they're still very optimistic that something good is meant to happen, that something good is going to come out of the two of you coming together, colliding and connecting. And that is going to be a new experience, which explains this Ace of Wands, this new time of joy, you know, fire, inspiration, and happiness. So as down as your person's feeling about where they are right now in their life, I do feel that there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of believing that things will get better for them, and that there is definitely some sort of positive outcome headed for the both of you in the future. But I feel most importantly, you know, there's uh, again, it's the moon card, you know, this Pisces energy, lots of emotion, lots of water energy here with this Queen of Cups, you know, saying to me, it's not that your person doesn't have feelings for you. That's far from what this situation is. And it's unfortunate, Spirit saying that you're allowing your anxieties to overtake and look at the lesson and what the two of you were meant to experience. It's those expectations that are dampening things, and Spirit's asking you to release that now. All right, on the bottom of the deck, ooh, look, we have the King of Swords, which I feel is here, this Aquarius energy, showing me, yes, you know, there's this energy coming through that your person right now may be very still, just like this king, you know, very still. They're trying to be very stoic in the sense of um, not showing you anything as far as what they're carrying inside of them. And when you look at what they're carrying inside of them, it's this huge burden. You know, like they feel like they're carrying an awful lot of weight because of how they're feeling right now. Okay. in this 3D material world and where they have themselves situated. All right. I feel, a lot of times like the energy of um, the King of Swords is, because this energy often comes through as thinking with your head versus thinking with your heart. That's the energy of the King of Swords that comes through for me in readings. And so feeling that energy, it's almost like as if your person puts on this persona, like they're not interested in you. They know, they're not keeping up. They're not thinking of you, and that's not the case at all. All right. So I feel like this is the group that needs a refresher in stop letting your anxiety, your fear overtake the situation, and to just breathe through that, and not have expectations of this. That's I think the important part here. This card, number 28, reduces to 10, which takes us back to the Wheel of Fortune, which is here anyway, showing the fate and the destiny of what the two of you have brought within each other. All right. So let's take a look now. I'm going to get some message cards to see how your person's feeling, what they're thinking, or what they need to say to you at this time. And this is one of the Lumiere Mystic decks. I need to be honest. I love you regardless of how things seem. Wow. How on point is that? I'm afraid of losing you. I don't deserve you. And that's interesting how that falls over the Four of Cups, which, often explains that the careless energy of unawareness or apathy as far as, I feel like your person has had this going on in their life for so long, and they're either bored or they realize that it's not working out as what they thought, what they hoped with the Seven of Pentacles here. And then here comes this Ace of Cups, which I feel is the representation of you. And they didn't jump on that either. Let me get one more and then we'll look at the bottom of the deck. I am living a lie. Woo. These are some pretty, I feel overwhelmed by this connection, and that's what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's some definitely strong energy surging through for this pile, and I do think it's because there's such an emotional connection that exists between the two of you that you know of, you're aware of, you pick up on. It's the expectations in this 3D material world that you're expecting from your person, that your person's expecting from you, which disappoints, creates disappointment when it comes to the both of you. So what am I closing out here with? I'm going to close out with Moonology Oracle. See what comes through. Your advice. What do you need to release? The waning moon. And that's what I feel. I feel that this group is someone that needs to release their expectations of what they were expecting from this person. All right. You need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Look, luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. All right. So I'm going to leave the reading here, pile 3. I hope it resonated. You can leave a comment below if it did. Also to let you know that I will be opening up my Etsy shop again very soon for private readings in case you are interested in a more personal touch. And then other than that, I will see you again at the next reading. Okay? Bye.